The news summary, good evening. The National Assembly have discussed a motion to repeal the Social Security Act that makes a provision for the retirement age to be pushed to 65 instead of 63 years. It was the leader of the opposition, Sebastien Pillay, who brought forward the motion. Mr. Pillay pointed out that this year there have been a 20 million rupee increase in the budget for retirement benefits and was therefore asking what the increase of the retirement age was for. And this morning, the National Assembly has approved a bill which, amongst others, will create the conditions to deregulate electricity production in the country. The new law replaces the existing Energy Act and the PUC Act. The legislation will provide guidance on how the electricity sector will be run and makes provision for other sectors, along with PUC, to produce electricity. As of next year, legal action will be taken against people who are giving care to children illegally. This applies to child care givers who are outside the family circle. This is a provision of the new Early Childhood Development Act 2022, which was assented by the President of the Republic in December 2022 and took effect since the beginning of this year. During a press conference this morning, the Chief Executive Officer of IECD, Shirley Shopi, said that the main objective of this law is to develop a framework for early childhood care and education and also to promote the holistic development of children.
In the new law, we will be taking over the regulation and registration of the child care centers, formerly known as daycare centers. And we will also be quality assuring the preschool and creche from 4 to 5 years old. And the private preschool will register with IECD, but the public creches are already under the Ministry of Education, so they will not need, there will be no need for them to register with us, but we will provide the quality assurance component. Basically, we're going to set standards, assist the Ministry of Education to organize training for them, and also to ensure that the standards are met. And also another important feature in this new law is offense. We're going to also work with the childminders or managers who are offering a service in the community who are not registering with IECD. Basically, those operating an illegal service, they have until the 31st of December to come forward to seek assistance, guidance on how they're going to operate their service, and also IECD will provide training for them on the new standards before they register with IECD. Because if they continue to do so, the penalties under the law will be applicable for them. So we don't want this to happen, so we want them to come forward so that we can work together and help them to, set up their service in a professional manner and ensure that children needing the service are developed well and are prepared sufficiently for formal education. For the child care managers, which we formally call them daycare operator, under the new law, they will be IECD will be issuing a license instead of a certificate of registration or operation that was formerly used under the purview of the Ministry of Education. But for the childminder, they will still be issued with a certificate of registration, and the certificate will be for a period of 3 years. And for a childcare center, the certificate will be for a period of 6 years, but renewable every 2 years.
Seychelles and the progress made with transparency in the fishing sector is the central topic of a regional workshop. The two-day workshop is being held at Eden Bleu and was opened this morning. The workshop has been organized by the Ministry of Fisheries and the Blue Economy in collaboration with Fisheries Transparency Initiative, FITI, and World Wildlife Fund, WWF.
Discussions around the importance of transparency in the fishing sector has brought together representatives from Madagascar, Tanzania, Mozambique, Kenya and South Africa, among other countries in the southwestern Indian Ocean region. The executive director of FITI, Sven Bierman, hopes more countries will follow the example set by Seychelles.
We are at a momentum now. I think Seychelles is leading the region, and we've seen now that this has already attracted interest from other countries, but it is important that all the countries are stepping up. Not only for the countries themselves, but this is a country and there's a lot of shared fish stocks. We need regional trust amongst the countries to really collaborate each other and make sure the country gets the best out of the shared stocks. For this particular workshop, it is, Seychelles is the shining example. So a lot of the leading work will be drawn on practical examples from the Seychelles.
WWF is one of the biggest organizations working to conserve and protect the environment. Umar Shahid is the manager for Indian Ocean tuna at WWF.
If we do not have equity in the system, then we won't be able to have sustainability, because fisheries is a joint or shared resource. The oceans have the most resources available, that's 3 times more than we have on land. So how can we make sure that there is equity in fisheries management and have the basic right of access to fisheries data to the people, to learn about why fisheries is really important and how businesses can be sustainable in the long run. Already we have got Seychelles and Madagascar leading and championing in the region, and these are 2 African countries who are leading on the process. So we're expecting others to follow in their footsteps.
Various presentations were held on the importance of increasing transparency in the sector, as well as techniques that can be used to achieve it.
That's it for the news summary. We'll be back at 8 for the Creole News. Bye for now.